Welcome to your 10-minute cool down stretch. You can do this after any workout or if you just want 10 minutes to relax and stretch out. So let's get started. To begin, we're going to come down onto our knees and tuck our toes under to start stretching our feet. So if you can sit all the way back, that's what we're going to go for. But if it's too intense, just bring your hands forward to rest down in front. So we'll sit back and take a few deep breaths into the belly and just settle into the feet. And then go ahead and release. We'll sit back onto one foot, but we're gonna bring the other leg out in front. So in this case, I'm using my left foot. You can settle down so that your bum comes to the mat. And then we're going to walk the hands back and lean back as far as you can to stretch the front of your quads. Anytime you're stretching, just really slow your breath down. Lengthen your exhales. Bring the heart rate down and calm the body. Okay, then we'll begin pressing into the hands to walk back forward. So shift your weight into the front knee and then we'll swap. So in this case, left leg will be back, right leg forward. And we'll do the same then on this side. So just settle into the hips and then again, walk back just as far as you can, feasibly rest and relax. All right, once again, walk back up and forward. Now we'll stay sitting down, bringing the legs as wide as you can. So they're gonna come into a V position. So stretch them out and then bring your hands behind you to kind of prop yourself up as high as you can. You'll feel your sits bones shifting slightly. And we're going to try to push our torso forward. So you want to roll through the pelvis and through the leg hip joints. And then try to round the torso forward, stretching through the hips first, and then we'll bring the hands forward if that feels comfortable. Otherwise, you can leave them resting behind you. But now fold into the stretch and round downward. And then walk the hands back. We'll bring the right leg in then, tucking into the center and keep the left leg out straight. Turn the body towards your left side, but then reach to the inside of your leg so that you're trying to drop your left arm down toward the floor as far as you can. And now we'll lean and stretch to the side body, bring the right arm overhead, and you're leaning down in toward the left side here. If you're really stretchy, you might even be able to grab your foot and come forward, but we really want to open up the chest here. Find that stretch down through the side body. Now, don't forget to breathe here. Really expand through the ribs. Try not to shorten your breath. Excellent, rise back up, big inhale. We'll switch directions. So now tucking left foot in, extending the right leg out. Turn the body in toward the right leg and then lower right arm down toward the floor as best as you can and reach up and over. Get one more big breath in there. And then rise up once again. I'll come into a seat with the legs crossed. Then rise the arms upward with a big inhale. Interlace the fingers. Stretch to the ceiling and then just try to open up the chest for a moment. So a little back bend here. Stretch through the stomach and the ribs. And then exhale, release. So bring your right hand to your left knee, left hand behind you, and we're going to twist. Pull the chest up and open and rotate the body. Breathing into the belly, into the ribs. Once again, inhale, bring both arms up and overhead. We'll cross the other side now. Bringing your right hand behind you, pull across the knee, lift through the torso and breathe. And once again, rotate back forward. We'll inhale, bring the arms overhead one more time. And then interlace the fingers, but this time round the body. So pull the belly in, round the spine, like you're trying to hollow out the belly, and tuck the chin down, round as much as you can so you're pressing the spine out behind you. And then inhale, roll back up. You're gonna roll forward over the ankles and then come onto hands and knees. So you'll bring the knees underneath the hips. Now walk the hands forward. So keep your bum just above the knees, so a straight line up the thighs. Walk the hands forward though, and now try to drop the chest down toward the floor, releasing your forehead down to the mat, and stretch now up through the shoulders and upper back. So you want to press into the hands and then push away with the hips as you're allowing the stretch now through the upper back. All right, then with a big inhale, walk the hands back, but then you're gonna push the hips forward and bring your right leg forward. We're trying to bring the shin on the ground close enough to parallel the front of the mat as you can, and then sit back as far as you can into the hips, trying to drop both hips down toward the floor. And this might be a nice enough stretch here, or you could also fold a bit further forward. And we're just trying to release the hips here. This is a big stretch, and a lot of times is beneficial to prop underneath your hip. So in this case, your right hip. So you could always grab a yoga block or a cushion to sit directly underneath the hip so you can even out your weight. All right, so we'll rise back up to the hands. Push the hips back, so you step your right foot back, and then we'll switch to going the other way. So left leg is forward this time. Again, shin coming as parallel to the front of your mat as you can. Sink the hips again down so we're pretty even with the weight as best as you can in this position. And then either stay up on the hands or come lower now into the forearms. All right, then press into the hands one more time. You're gonna step back, and this time we're gonna push the hips all the way up just to find a downward facing dog. Last little bit here, pushing through the hands, lift up through the spine, tilt your hips upward, and just see if you can find length through the whole body. Breath in. And then we'll drop the knees down. Untuck the toes and just sit back hips to heels, lengthening the arms one more time. And we're going to take 3 deep breaths in here. Allow the ribs and belly to expand. One more breath in. And then begin to rise yourself upward to a seat. And that is all for your 10-minute stretch for a cool down or just to feel good. Until next time.